Welcome to T plus A, Chris. T plus A is Germany's largest high-end audio manufacturer, and we're distributed here by T plus A North America, which is where I'm involved. And here at Expona, we've got a sampling of the full range of T plus A offerings. So, for example, we start with the Caruso, which is an all-in-one unit. You can put that in the office, in the den, in your bedroom, in the kitchen. Phenomenal sound. Plays discs, streams music from just about every service there is. Lots of other inputs, Bluetooth, etc. So super popular little all-in-one component. We go from that all the way to full-on separate components. This is, for example, the new Criterion S230, and it is a transmission line design, which means that the bass travels through a little pattern inside of the cabinet and is tuned in such a way that you get extremely accurate low bass performance. And the bass goes very deep as well, which is a real challenge with ported designs. The top of the T plus A range is called the HV series. HV stands for high voltage. When the company was founded, in 1978, it was a loudspeaker manufacturer, and by the 90s began building electronics, which became the largest part of what we offer. The original electronics were tube designs, and everybody likes the sound of tubes for certain reasons. We worked on why that might be and came up with the idea to build electronics that have solid state components but work on very high voltages just like tubes, and that's where the HV series name comes from. So this is an integrated amplifier, and on top of it is basically a CD player that's also a streamer, CD and SACD. So a nice little system. This is a stereo power amplifier, and it can be used in mono mode as well, but super high-end stereo amplifier. And below it is an auxiliary power supply. So this is something that you can add to it in the future if you decide that you're ready for even more performance. The power supply here powers up the output stage when it's used with an A3000. It could also be used with the integrated amp. Then next we have the P3100 stereo preamplifier and the SD3100, which is the streaming DAC or super DAC, depending on how you look at it. All the streaming services are available through this DAC, plus, of course, other digital inputs. And then lastly, we're showing the PSD, which is the preamp streaming DAC, together with a PDT, which is a digital transport that is of our own design that does both CD and SACD. It's a really beautiful mechanism and shows precision engineering from Germany at its finest. Then the system that we're listening to at the moment is a very simple receiver and a pair of loudspeakers. The receiver is an R2500R. It's called a multi-source receiver because it's able to accommodate sources of all types. It accommodates streaming services, so Tidal, Qobuz, it's Roon Ready, Deezer, etc. Internet radio. It lets you stream PCM and DSD, which is really unusual. It has an FM tuner. It is, after all, a receiver. You see a slot in the front, which is for CDs, so you can play compact discs with it. It has digital inputs on the back, so you can use it as a D to A converter, and it even has HDMI. Volume control, like other Class A or T plus A volume controls, is a stepped attenuator. And so it's got precision resistors that are switched in by high performance relays, and you hear it click when you turn the volume knob. The loudspeakers are the Criterion S230. This is the one that we have a cutaway of that you saw earlier. And it uses what's called a symmetric directivity technology. So the front of the speaker, the two mid-range units and the tweeter, are configured in such a way that they help to direct the energy of the sound toward the listener and have less energy going off to the sides, to the sidewalls, and up to the ceiling and down to the floor. So by having more controlled directivity, you take the effects of the room and diminish them, the effects of the reflections in the room, and you diminish them. And then, of course, the transmission line base for high performance, low frequencies.
Well, guys, that's going to wrap it up for the T+A video I here at Expona. If you guys want to grab any of this T+A gear, you guys know where to go, gridhifi.com. You guys can also check out the links down in the description. Make sure to give this video a like, share, and subscribe it. We'll see you next time.